you for working hard on the
All
grant.
right, let's talk about our strategic planning meeting, when and where, and floor's open. Okay, don't everybody jump out of here at once. Let me throw you my idea for what it's worth. I would just like to see us set aside a Saturday morning, if that would be good. That way, on Saturday morning, most of us are not working or anything anyhow. Or does somebody want to do a Sunday?
I do work on Saturdays, but if we can do it early on Saturday, that might work. I think last time we did a almost like a two-part thing. We did a dinner at the JC's Park.
We did. Mm-hmm.
And I think that was well received by everybody.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think we did something else on maybe it was the following day. We all came in here.
We did it on a Friday night, didn't we? And then came in on Saturday morning.
morning.
How y'all want to do it? It's your call.
Well, one of the first things you have to do when you have one of these planning meetings is decide what you're gonna talk about.
Mm-hmm.
And you could take that dinner time in the evening to kind of set your
Sure.
agenda for the next morning, so you wouldn't waste a lot of time just deciding what you're gonna discuss before you start discussing it.
Yeah, we're not trying to decide tonight what we're going to talk about, but
No, I'm
I agree
just
with
saying,
you.
take some
Yeah.
of that time, if you're gonna have a dinner get-together before it, say if you're gonna have it on Friday night, and then Saturday morning, you're ready to hit the ground running with all your issues to discuss,
Mm-hmm.
instead of having to put together, well, what do we wanna talk about today?
Sure. Yeah, that works.
That would be fine.
I think it would. Yeah.
Pleasantries and informalities on Friday and business on Saturday.
Yeah, sure. Whether you want me to cook or somebody else, I don't know. Don't laugh.
No, he's a good cook.
Can we do it early on a Saturday morning?
Sure, I don't see why we
What
couldn't
is
start
early
at
to you,
8.
David?
Is 8 too?
8's, yeah, a pretty reasonable time, isn't it?
Yeah, well, I'm usually up at 5, so
How long, this is several hours, right?
4 or
24
5
hours.
hours probably, when
It can
you,
be 30 minutes if you want, or it can be 30 hours.
But in order to get anything done, I mean, you need a
Normally
block of
around
4
lunchtime.
hours probably.
Did you look into any suggestions, locations, or anything of where we could have it?
I mean, it's certainly up to you guys if you want to do a Friday venue somewhere, and have dinner there, and then Saturday morning have it here in this building. My other question to think about too, I think the last time we did one, I know Mayor Scott and I worked with Region A to get a facilitator, so that's something else to consider. But it's certainly, that might be one suggestion, if you want to do kind of pick a date and a venue, and then have your Saturday retreat, or let's not call it that, planning session.
strategically.
Strategic planning session here at Town Hall.
I think we have 2 options. We have a couple of restaurants with private dining rooms, or we can cater into the community building. I think those are the 2 choices we have. We have 3 trained facilitators I know locally. And when I say locally, Region A, and they all have said that they would be glad to work with us. So I don't think the facilitator's a problem. I think what we need to do right now is where we're going to eat Friday night, how we want to do that.
I've got a problem.
Uh-huh.
We're in the middle of club volleyball season and none of those dates work.
I'll bring you some for supper.
So, I mean,
Okay.
When is your schedule free up?
we've got a tournament this weekend. We've got a 3-day tournament next weekend. These 2 February dates, that's a tournament weekend.
What about later in February?
Or what if
I was looking a while ago to see one of the last, and I don't want to hold everybody up just because of the volleyball, but I'll just be honest with you, I've got a lot of money invested in this, so
Nice.
I'm going.
Is that for the night? It's
my
on
daughter.
Saturday?
Yeah, this weekend is this coming weekend, and then there's a 3-day tournament in Atlanta next weekend. Now that Thursday, the 16th, but isn't that the chamber? Isn't there something with the chamber going on that night?
Yes.
Yeah, I forgot
Yeah,
that.
chamber
We'll be there
So-
at 6.
What about a Monday, Tuesday, or?
Well,
an
like I say, I
evening
don't I don't want to screw y'all up,
Well, let
but
me ask you this. Would, let's say if we start at noon on a Friday,
That's-
and not have the Saturday, would that,
I may already have to leave early on a Saturday, but the
would that
evenings.
Let me see this.
Is it, we have to have it before the February the 8th, or
No,
do we make it
No.
the middle of February?
That's
we
where
can
I was
make it in
What I would
February?
say.
Middle of February, how's
Do
your
the end of
schedule look?
February.
We could do the
Let me see.
14th, that's Valentine's Day.
There you go.
Make all the spouses.
I can't think of anybody I would rather spend time with than
Would
At least
that
I'd
be-
have,
That
at
ain't,
least I'd have something to
that's
do on
not a two-way
Valentine's Day.
street, let me tell you, that's not a two-way street at all. All right, what do we want to do? We want to,
Middle of February.
That might work better.
middle of February.
Yeah.
She's got
Yes, ma'am.
practices, but I can miss that. It's just these tournaments are like
Okay.
it's a big.
So,
Madam
Mr. Mayor and
Manager.
Council, if I may, what if we take some time just to reflect on how you want your planning session structured? And then when we come, if you guys will let Mayor Scott and I kind of know what you're thinking, what you're wanting, then that way when we come back to our February council meeting, we can have some dates maybe set aside towards the end of February, maybe even March. The kind of goal was just for budget purposes, was to try and start having this. Budget really kind of starts for us here at the town around probably mid-March, April range. So really, anytime in your downtime around February works. That's just a suggestion. That way we'd have some time.
And I'm not going to hang anybody up. So if it comes down to something where I can submit, if I've got ideas I want to submit, and I can't be there, if it's something where
You need to be there.
well, and like I
Yeah.
said, I'm just trying my best not to hold y'all up, and we're screw your plans up. any more
February
than they already
22nd 's
are.
Mardi Gras, so we
That's
can have
what I
it,
was-
right, and then we can go out to the Mardi Gras parade.
Yeah, that's what I was looking.
That's
There we
a,
go, we could put you on a trailer and you could have the meeting
There
going
you-
down Main Street.
You'd have a float then.
yeah,
wouldn't you?
that's exactly right. That may work right
We can
around
wear
that end of
costumes.
February.
We can make that work.
Around the end of February.
Okay.
Is that okay with you?
How about the weekend after Valentine's Day?
That's
fine, too.
that's the week,
That's the 22nd.
that is the weekend,
Is that
the
it?
next one. Yeah,
21st,
and 22nd, yeah.
22nd?
I mean, the 21st is Friday and then the 22nd Saturday, so,
We got another week before then.
yeah.
Well, but think about the possibility of starting with a lunch on a Friday and go till, say, 6 o'clock to 7 o'clock Friday night.
What about a late lunch and go till 9 o'clock? Like a 3 o'clock start till 9 o'clock?
I think we're open to anything, yeah. I think we're open to
We could
anything
do-
you want to do it.
No lunch, have dinner, and then
Uh-huh.
continue.
Something, yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
we definitely want you to be there, Mike. I mean, that's.
Sure do,
You
yeah.
want everybody there.
But then, I mean, that of course interferes with your work on Friday too. I mean, you get into
Me,
more people's work if we stuck with dinner and
By the
Saturday.
same token, we don't have to bring a working person in on a Saturday.
Yeah,
I mean, is a Sunday morning off the table because we'd rather be in church or?
yeah, I'll go, I don't want to do Sunday morning.
Okay.
I mean,
I think
that's
we
just
get-
me,
I
That-
think we-
That's fair, yeah.
yeah.
All right, let's see if we can pin it down, what we want to do, so we can start working on it. You okay with it, Mike?
Yeah, I think that'll work.
What are we okay
I'm
with?
looking at the calendar, and it doesn't look like anything is around that
I
time,
think the
and so.
Friday evening dinner,
Friday
and the
evening
Saturday
dinner.
morning meeting is
Okay.
probably
Yes,
best
ma'am.
for everybody.
Mr. Mayor and Council, what if that day, if those 2 days kind of look suitable for now, let's maybe plan on Friday, February 21st, maybe do what Mr. Culpepper, Mayor suggested, do kind of a afternoon social, kind of get to know each other, even though we kind of hopefully do. Some of us we know we'll get to know each other more. And kind of have dinner that night, and then that Saturday, we can have our planning session here in Town Hall.
Yeah.
And then that way, you guys start thinking about recommendations on where you would like dinner catered, if there's another venue you'd like to go to that Friday night, and let Mayor and I know before our February meeting, and that way we can have it set at our February meeting, if that works.
My suggestion is, I think this is what everybody's saying, Friday night, we will not be in here though. I mean, I do know that's kind of the general thing to get away from here for part of the time.
Exactly.
To where it's not all here to
That'll
be.
work. I don't have anything.
Okay, we can plan on that, and we'll regroup in February.
I won't be
Okay.
there, yeah.
Everybody suitable?
Sounds good.
Good.
Okay,